I'm off to run some errands. Please tidy up this place.
No!
Wow! How did you guys do it?
We got cleaners.
Cleaners?
You know it, Dad.
Cleaner, it works.
Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get 19 to 25% off selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Charbroil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, 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 oh.
In the headlines for tonight's newscast, attempted murder in Shaibe village. Minister Mai and the PM support Cane Farmers Association call to raise the price of sugar. Belopal City Council launches a new summer job program for youth, and we'll tell you about a new book launched by aspiring Belizean author Bernadette Francisco. These stories and others coming up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
Brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Belize City, get ready for a safe and reliable e-taxi experience like never before. Building on the success of our e-ride bus service, we've heard your feedback, Belize City. We've seen your enthusiasm and how eagerly you've embraced zero-emission transportation in our community. Introducing the e-ride taxi, an electric taxi service, bringing you a cleaner, greener way to travel around our beautiful city. As part of the transformative Belize City e-ride program, this new service is another step toward modernizing our transportation system for a sustainable future. Looking to book your first e-ride taxi? It's super easy. First, download the Medriva app and register. Then, book your ride. Insert your pickup and drop-off location. Select e-ride, choose the number of occupants, and pick your preferred payment method. Confirm your ride and track your e-ride in real time as it makes its way to you. It's fast, eco-friendly, and designed for your comfort. So don't wait. Download Medriva today and let's drive Belize City towards a brighter, greener future, one e-ride at a time. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Good evening and welcome to Plus News for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2025. I am Julian Cruz. Police are investigating a chopping incident that left a 70-year-old man injured in Shaibe village. Officers responded to the scene around 10:10 a.m. where they found Portofilio Estefan Copo suffering from multiple chop wounds. He was transported to the Corozal Community Hospital and is currently listed in stable condition. Preliminary investigations indicate that Copo was leaving a store around 10 a.m. when he became involved in an altercation with another man. Copo allegedly pulled a machete during the confrontation and was later seen injured. He reportedly rode away on his bicycle but collapsed in a nearby yard approximately 100 feet from the scene. Police investigations continue into this latest chopping incident. The Joint Unions negotiating team and the government of Belize are expected to ink a new deal in the coming weeks, officially sealing the government's commitment to increase salaries for public officers by 8.5%. On Tuesday, news broke that the BNTU and the PSU's membership accepted the government's latest offer. This acceptance comes after 7 weeks of intense negotiations between the JUNT and the government of Belize. Teachers have been asking for an 8.5% salary increase plus the unfreezing of their increments. GOB's initial offer was rejected, which was followed by immediate demonstrations by teachers across the country. The membership of the Public Service Union followed suit, marching through the streets of Belmopan to hand deliver their notice of intended strike action to the Ministry of Labor. Following the demonstrations, GOB made another proposal which would see a 4.5% salary adjustment this year and another 4% increase in the next 2 years. That offer was also rejected. The government's latest proposal came last week during a meeting between the members of the JUNT and the government, where the government offered a 4.5% salary increase this year, followed by another 4% increase next year, which reports indicate have been accepted. Today, the Prime Minister stated that the government wished they could have given more, but they could only approve what they could have afforded.
The road blockage also, it was a small group. I mean, most of the union members were working, and it's unfortunate that they felt that they had to go down that road. We never said we were not going to give them a raise. We, as I always said, we wish we can give them more, but we have to live with what we have. It was a long negotiation. It sometimes used to get testy at times, but we negotiate in good faith, and I believe that that's what happened. The road blockage also, it was a small group. I mean, most of the union members were working, and it's unfortunate that they felt that they had to go down that road. We never said we were not going to give them a raise. We, as I always said, we wish we can give them more, but we have to live with what we have. It was a long negotiation. It sometimes used to get testy at times, but we negotiate in good faith, and I believe that that's what happened.
4 major sugarcane farmers association issued a joint declaration where they propose 3 solutions to alleviate some of the pressures that are currently facing the sugar industry. One of those changes is for a 1.5 times the price increase on the local price for molasses C and molasses B by 2 times the current export price, or alternatively a flat $7.50 per liter levy on alcohol derived from molasses. Today we spoke with the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Josemai, who agreed with the association, stating that increasing the price of molasses is low-hanging fruit and can be easily achieved.
What surprised me is that the 4 associations, I think for the first time, have come together to issue a joint release, which makes me believe that force majeure, the financial crisis that the cane farmers are going through is serious, and this goes beyond the politics of sugarcane farming. It is now affecting the livelihoods of the cane farmers, and as such then they must have realized that, guess what, we better stick together or we die together. And so I'm very happy to see that the 4 associations have joined forces to express their concerns and what they would like to see happen in the sugar industry. I think one of the concerns, and my recommendation has been to the new people who represent the sugar industry, the new ministry. My recommendation was to first review with all stakeholders the recommendations of the Commission of Inquiry. That would have been my priority. Sit down with all association leaders and key farmers and review the recommendations of the Commission of Inquiry. And then pick out from there the less contentious recommendations, right? There are recommendations that can be done immediately. There are some that can be discussed and maybe implemented in the medium term, and some that can be done over a longer period of time. But one of the recommendations was to increase the price of molasses to those who are the rum makers of this country. We've always heard that rum, this small bottle of rum, I don't know what to call it, we've always heard in cabinet that rum is destroying the families of the Belizean people, right? Because it is so affordable, so cheap, that you can buy it with $1, $2. And I've heard the concerns in cabinet over and over again. Rum is destroying the families. So the recommendations from the Commission of Inquiry was to increase the price of molasses that is used for distilling purposes to make alcohol. I think that the concept of increasing price of molasses to rum makers, to distillers, is, I think, one of the lowest hanging fruits. I think it can be implemented. As to where the increase will go, to the farmers, to the miller, what percentage, that's a little more complicated, that needs to be balanced out.
Another one of the proposals that was made by the association was to increase the price of local sugar, proposing that 65% of any price increase on plantation white and brown sugar should go to the fund, while the remaining percentage is distributed amongst commercial agreements. Today, the Prime Minister was asked about the association's proposals. He says that cabinet is reviewing them.
We have looked at it, and certainly something that we are prepared to take a look at. We agree the price of sugar, or consumption sugar locally, has to go up. The price is about a third of what it is in Chetumal and in Guatemala. So a lot of our sugar is being taken illegally into Mexico and Guatemala, and then we run out of sugar. And so to be able to offset that, we have to raise it a bit. But when we raise it a bit, then the farmers get more. The farmers are suggesting that they want to put some of that money to be put in the sustainable trust fund. And if that's what they want to do, that's up to them, because 65% of the price goes to them. Now, it's voluntary, so it's something that if they want to do, we would support.
And the increase in energy, would that be something feasible?
Well, what has happened is that BL has been losing money because of the increase of energy, the shortage of energy in Mexico, and so the prices have been going up. What we've been doing is working with different companies. We just signed a purchase agreement with Babcoal. It's for solar, and that will start to help the prices to go up. So the prices may go up a little, but then once we start to get more solar in the system, that we expect that prices are going to go down.
Over the weekend, the northern districts of Belize experienced a flash flood that lasted for over 2 days. The flooding was caused by Tropical Storm Barry that made landfall over Mexico over the weekend. The rains and flooding displaced over 53 persons who had to seek refuge at one of the community's emergency shelters. While no infrastructural damage has been reported, were crops destroyed? According to the Minister of Agriculture, no.
The flooding was, I think, specifically to Orange Walk and Corozal, it seems, but we have not seen any major losses to the agriculture sector. I've been in the area today, and I haven't seen much losses to the agriculture sector. It was a flash flood. The waters are receded right now, but we don't see much. The sugar roads and a few creeks and streams have been have passed their their regular, the normal height, but it's gone down back already. So I don't think it's caused much damage.
Yesterday, the Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Josemai, met with food and agriculture organizations, country representatives in Belize to discuss issues that are currently affecting Belize's agricultural industry. According to Minister Mai, the discussion was primarily on mitigating the effects of climate change through sustainable agricultural practices.
We will meet to discuss the projects that are being implemented now and the future projects that we hope to implement in Belize and FAO. Our concern right now is the effects of climate change and how we can mitigate the effects with funds from different organizations. If you know the problem we're having in the sugar industry right now, we're having the same with many crops because climate change is affecting us, and so a lot of our projects are focused on sustainable agriculture and climate smart agriculture and so on. So we will discuss that with her in a few. We must continue to push for food security in Belize because it's becoming challenging to be a farmer in the tropics like Belize. You know, Belize, I think, ranks about the second or third in vulnerability when it comes to climate change, to storms. I mean, just a few days ago we had, I think, maybe like 12 to 15 inches of rainfall or in drought. There were areas that flooded that have never flooded before. And so those who don't believe in climate change, something is wrong. I mean, we have never seen areas flooded as we saw last week. And it's only evidence of the effects of climate change. And so more and more sustainable agriculture, climate smart agriculture, resilient agriculture is becoming more relevant.
The Belmopan City Council launches summer job programs for youth. We'll hear more from the council's representative right after the break.
Looking to build or renovate? Find the inspiration you need in our showroom. First stop, the kitchen. Explore big-name appliances, all built to make life easier. From there, let the lights guide you. But what about the finer details? We've got you covered. And to bring it all together, we've got tiles for every surface.
All available online.
Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Welcome to Design Depot. All in one place. Shop brands you know and trust, like Kohler. Welcome, GE Appliances.
Welcome.
Oran Windows.
Welcome.
Tiles from around the world.
Welcome.
Sherwin-Williams Paint and Coating. Visit us today at Mile 3 on the Philip Golson Highway or call us at 223-3768. Design Depot. All in one place.
Cuando yo era estudiante, ICB estaba ahí para protegerme, asegurando mi educación y futuro. Cuando obtuve mi primer auto, ICB estaba ahí para protegerme, brindándome una excelente cobertura y tranquilidad en el camino. Cuando nos mudamos a nuestro primer apartamento, ICB estaba ahí para protegernos, asegurando nuestras pertenencias y brindándonos una sensación de seguridad. Y cuando obtuvimos nuestra primer casa, ICB estuvo ahí para nosotros, protegiendo nuestro hogar y todo por lo que hemos trabajado tan duro.
En cada paso del viaje de tu vida, ICB está para ti. Para más información, llámenos al 224-5328 o visite nuestra oficina más cercana.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
When the power goes out, life is disrupted. Be prepared and keep your home powered up with a generator from Benquip. We carry brands such as Honda, Kohler, and JCB. Schedule your installation, maintenance, and assessment to keep your generator ready and waiting to protect your family and home the next time the power fails. Stay in control of your power with a generator from Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
Earlier this week, the Belmopan City Council officially launched its 2025 Summer Job Program, an exciting opportunity aimed at empowering young people while enhancing the beauty of the capital city. Over the next 4 weeks, 100 youth between the ages of 13 and 19 will join the council's efforts across 3 key departments: the Infrastructure and Maintenance Division, the Climate Action and Environmental Solutions Division, and the Administration Department. Mayor Pablo Kawich shared more about the initiative and its impact on the community.
It is a 4-week program targeting high school students, and we tried to ensure that we distributed the assignment or the onboarding of these students by ensuring that we distributed the amounts amongst the different Belmopan high schools. They have numerous tasks. There are more maintenance types of roles. They will have painting of different items, for example, the swings, different types of little repairs, changing of chains and that type of task, beautification of parks, maintenance on the sidewalks and things like that. It's just little jobs to try and help out the community. We managed to reach out to 40 students in each of last year's sessions. This year we managed to increase the outreach to 50 students per session, and there's 2 sessions, 4 weeks each, where the students work half day each of the days.
The participants have been divided into 2 rotating groups. The first group began on Monday, June 30th and has already made noticeable progress in cleaning and uplifting various public spaces. We caught up with several of them hard at work along the city's sidewalks.
I just recently graduated from company. Every time I walk, yeah, I say the sidewalks always dirty, and when I had the opportunity, if it can help clean it, I couldn't miss it, so I signed up. At first, it was very challenging. Obviously, I didn't know what to do at first, but I got used to it. We obviously did a great job, me and my team. We did an amazing job shoveling the sidewalks, taking the grass off the sides to make it not look that much overgrown. My personal belief is I want everything to be clean. I'm a perfectionist and I really like see things dirty. That's my reason for coming to help clean. I think a lot of people should sign up because it's a lot of work and it takes a lot of strain, because obviously the first group is just a little bit of us. So like more people, the more the merrier, obviously. So get the job done faster, make the capital of Belize look beautiful, obviously.
I decided to work with the City Council because I know that if we worked here, we would be doing things for the community, and I wanted to do some things for the community. I think you should all do something good towards the community and keep the community clean because this is the community you live in.
A.m. until noon each day and are compensated by the hour. While registration for this summer's program is now closed, the Belmopan City Council encourages residents to stay tuned for more youth engagement initiatives in the near future. The Ministry of Health and Wellness, through its mental health unit and in partnership with UNICEF, has launched a training initiative focused on cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, to enhance mental health services for children and adolescents. The training aims to equip frontline professionals with the skills to conduct assessments, identify early signs of mental distress, and apply CBT techniques to support emotional well-being in young people. It targets psychiatric nurse practitioners, social workers, and school counselors across key ministries. Facilitated by Dr. Susanna Mitchell-Hoy, child psychologist at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the sessions support a cross-sectoral approach to mental health care, particularly for students and children engaged with social services. Today, Minister of Sustainable Development, Climate Change and Solid Waste Management, Honorable Orlando Habet, signed two key pieces of legislation aimed at protecting the environment and fulfilling Belize's commitments under the Montreal Protocol. The Environmental Protection Ozone Layer Protection Regulations 2025 set a national framework for safeguarding the ozone layer. In addition, Minister Habet and ARACT President Amir Kass signed the Refrigeration Technicians Licensing Regulation 2025, which established licensing and certification standards for refrigeration and air conditioning technicians. The new regulations aim to ensure the safe handling of refrigerants, promote the adoption of ozone and climate-friendly technologies, and improve monitoring of refrigerant imports and usage across the country. The Ministry of Constitution and Religious Affairs, Indigenous Affairs and Transportation hosted a high-level meeting on Monday, June 30, 2025, with prominent members of the Garifuna community to address key concerns and identify opportunities for deeper collaboration. Held at the ministry's headquarters in Belmopan, the meeting brought together noble Garifuna leaders and advocates including Roy Cayetano, Conrad Lewis, Mayor Robert Mariano, Cynthia Ellis Topsy, Ifasina Ifyoniemi, NGC First Vice President, and NGC Secretary Sharik Sego Gordon. They were joined by Minister Dr. Louis Zawane, CEO Chester Williams, Director of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Gustavo Requena, the Director of Policy Planning and Research Anna Logue, and discussions centered on access to ancestral lands, the demarcation of community boundaries, and the role of academia in preserving and promoting Garifuna heritage and rights. The meeting also recognized the Garifuna community's enduring contributions to Belize's development. A major outcome was the agreement to establish a dedicated working group focused on advancing the rights and interests of the Garifuna people through ongoing dialogue and policy engagement. The ministry reaffirmed its commitment to promoting inclusivity, honoring indigenous contributions, and strengthening partnerships with the Garifuna community. We'll go for a break, and when we come back, we'll find out about real-life stories, a path to healing through poetry. That right after this break.
Looking to build or renovate? Find the inspiration you need in our showroom. First stop, the kitchen. Explore big-name appliances, all built to make life easier. From there, let the lights guide you. But what about the finer details? We've got you covered. And to bring it all together, we've got tiles for every surface.
All available online.
Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Design Depot. All in one place. Shop brands you know and trust, like Kohler. Welcome, GE Appliances.
Welcome.
Oran Windows.
Welcome.
Tiles from around the world.
Welcome.
Sherwin-Williams Paint and Coating. Visit us today at mile 3 on the Philip Golson Highway or call us at 223-3768. Design Depot. All in one place.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can whip it cream, for Dano milk it is real, yes, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in PG, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can hear this talk, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
I really thanks and appreciate all those who are concerned and let it happen.
I feel excitement, happy. I'm glad I have a new home. It's make a big difference in our life. Really, really big difference. It's like you say you want to start something and you know you cannot finish, but this right here is a big, big difference.
This new home is very important and special to me. It's a starting point for a better future and a secure environment for my little family.
Yo me siento pues muy orgullosa pues de que ya tengo mi casa y pues no tenía pues en dónde quedar y pues aquí está ya tengo en dónde estar con ella, con mi hija.
This is not just a home, but it's a fighting chance for both of them. Housing is very, very important. It's a backbone of every household. If you don't have shelter, you will have a very stressful life. You won't be able to concentrate on your other goals. So it's very crucial. I think the government up to now is doing a very wonderful job investing in this sector of society. And I do hope that it will continue that way or even more.
The hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? Get the essentials you need to stay safe this hurricane season, such as plywood, tarp and rope, first aid kit, rubber boots, raincoats and rain ponchos, generator, portable radio and batteries, flashlight and kerosene lanterns. Weather the storm with these products and more from Benny's. Quality and savings.
Real-life stories, A Path to Healing, is a deeply personal compilation of the thoughts and frustrations of US-born author 32-year-old Bernadette Leonicia Francisco as she battled with anxiety and depression. This book originally started out as a way for the author to cope and heal from her battles with anxiety and depression, serving as an outlet to vent her deepest thoughts. For Bernadette, writing poems was her way to manage and express herself, although it wasn't always enough. So she says she sought out help from God through prayer and professional therapy. One day during a session with her therapist, the topic of outlets came up, and Bernadette expressed her love for poetry to her therapist, who urged her to publish her poetry after reading them herself. Following her story, we spoke with Bernadette to dig deeper into the origins of this book.
I didn't had plans on publishing, my poems because at first I thought they were too personal. But in one of my earlier therapy sessions, my doctor was like, okay, what are some of the things that you do to cope? And I would tell her that I write poems. Poems was my outlet. Writing poetry was my outlet. And she was like, okay, I'll task you to do 1 or 2 poems every week, and then you send them to me for review, and we'll discuss them in our other sessions. And so I did, and she read them, and she liked them. And so she said, I think you should publish these. Because she said there are a lot of people that are going through, the same situation or worse, and this could be some sort of inspiration for them. And so that's when I decided. I thought about it for a moment, and I was like, a lot of thoughts came in my mind, like, should I do this? I'm no author. Are they really that good? Are people going to read them? One Sunday I was home, I was depressed, and I recall her saying to me, whenever you're in that state, just get up and do something. And then it came to my mind and said, okay, why don't you work on the poems, the book? And so I started to compile them and put them together, and that's how the book came about. These poems are basically my life experiences, my thoughts, but it also speaks about healing, working on myself, doing the work that I need to do, relying on God, praying. So it's basically just that. And like I said, it's kind of like an inspiration to other people, encouraging them to, even though they're going through it right now, it's some sort of, like I said, encouragement to help them, continue going. So far, the feedback has been very positive. A lot of people have read them, and they've been sharing their stories with me and saying that, yes, it's inspired them to, keep going, that they're not alone. At first they felt invisible, and now they're not invisible anymore. They felt heard and seen.
Mental health has traditionally been a topic of much stigma, leading many to keep their problems to themselves. Despite this stigma, Ms. Francisco stepped out of her comfort zone to share her story with the masses through her poetry with the aim of inspiring others to do the same. In our conversation with Ms. Francisco, she opened up about the poem that's closest to her heart and how incredible it has been to see it strike a chord with so many people.
One of my favorite ones is Girl, Love Yourself. The reason is because a lot of times we self-doubt, me especially, I would self-doubt myself, thinking that I'm not good enough, I'm not deserving. So you settle for less than what you deserve. So this book speaks to me, like telling myself, like, okay, this is who you are, accept who you are, who you're becoming. So that's one of my favorite poems. I started compiling them on Sunday. The next day I called the Heritage Library, and they told me what I needed to get it registered. I needed the ISBN numbers. They sent me the forms and said it's Caribbean. Next day I got the ISBN numbers. I reached out to Belaipo to get it copyrighted. And so in a week I had it prepared. It feels surreal. I'm at awe. Like, I still can't believe that I've written a book which has gotten so many positive feedback. But I'm glad because, like I said, it's been inspiring a lot of people to keep pushing, to keep going. So that's my comfort in it. Those times may get hard. There are good days, and for them to keep that as a reminder that they are getting better. There is help out there. So you reach out if you can. Keep praying, keep believing, and keep going for it. I'm one who currently has all the books, so they can reach me at my number 613-8421 or on my Facebook page, Bernie Francisco. Instagram, the same thing, Bernie Francisco.
For those interested in buying the book, Bernadette has asked that you contact her at 613-8421 or on her Facebook and Instagram pages at Bernadette Francisco. Each book is sold for $30 Belize. That should be a wonderful read. Today, the Prime Minister, Honorable John Briceño, opened his annual Central Summer Camp in Orange Walk. The Central Summer Camp has been a staple in the Orange Walk Central constituency for the past 25 years, and this year it's bigger than ever. According to the PM, over 200 kids showed up, the most in the camp's history.
As you know, we have a long history. Every summer, we've been doing this for more than 25 years. And as always, it gives you immense pleasure to see these kids here playing. And when I see some of them, I realize that their parents were here. I know their children are coming to this summer camp. As I tell all these kids, it's a time for them to be able to meet up their friends, make new friends, learn to play a sport, learn about team building, learn about cooperating, and helping one another. And so it's a time of learning and having fun. It's having great impact. I was surprised and when I was told that we have over 200 kids attending. And so it shows that parents look forward to this camp and know that we're going to do our best to take care of their kids, and that their kids can do have some fun during this summer. Because, whilst everybody look forward to the summer break, many times after a little while, the kids start to get bored because they're just at home. So I'm very happy. But this can only be success of this camp is only because we also have a lot of people that help. We have donors that donate, different either cash or food or their time. We have a lot of the facilitators, a lot of young people that come to help us looking after these kids, because also we just can't have them running around. We have to be making sure that they're safe. So I'm very grateful. I'm thankful to everybody that this is one of the examples where we come as a community to do something for the community. And what best to have a sports camp with the children.
The camp also saw the presence of a special guest, NBA star Fred VanVleet of the Houston Rockets. VanVleet led the Houston Rockets to the second seed in the West this past NBA season, and now VanVleet is vacationing in Belize. Today, he made time to stop in at the Prime Minister's summer camp to speak with the kids.
Yeah, it's great. It's a blessing. It's an honor to be here, to be invited here. Obviously, with Mr. Briseño being here and spending some time with the kids, we got invited to come and say hello and take a couple pictures and just come and share some time with the children. So that's always good. I got a great platform and I'm in a position to be able to help and give back. But basketball is my first love, and helping out children is probably my second love. So being able to be here and talk to the kids was great for me.
What would be your message for the youngsters here playing basketball, playing any sport?
Yeah, just stay in school. The simple stuff. Stay in school, work hard. I think the important thing is to find a dream and something that you love, and then work hard at it. So I tell any young kid that, especially being here in Belize. But just finding something that you love and going after it.
And that concludes our newscast for tonight. We want to thank you so much for tuning into Plus News, and be sure to join us right back here again tomorrow evening when we share with you all the latest happenings from around the country. Until then, do take care of yourselves. Have a safe and restful evening. We'll see you right back here again tomorrow. God bless.